Today, we learned that God creates conscious life and all of our family pets. Isn't that right, Machiko? Tell them, let's illuminate together. Go on. Go on. No, you're not gonna. All right, all right. Hey, roll title card. If you want a Flash production, then the show is not for you. Thank you for joining us today on this Friday, this day of creation, where livestock and animals are about to be created. We have gotten a lot of positive feedback, one of which is people really are delighted by the soundtrack, which is all the birds. And that's a good segue, right? We are not only are we thankful that they are playing our soundtrack, but yesterday we talked about the birds and the fish. And the birds kind of exist in this place of our heavenly consciousness, this hopeful things of these words like peace, love, and joy, where we kind of choose birds as these sort of totems, these sort of representations, depending on the type of bird and how they exist in our life. And then the fish became our subconscious, that place that's just beneath what we are consciously thinking about. And there's the school of fish, with sharks, or clownfish, or angelfish, or manta rays, or starfish, right? Today, we're going to jump into the text. This is the big day. This is where we get Machikos, all right? Well, and moms and dads. We are going to start in Genesis 1:24, and we're going to end on 2:1. So I'll give you just a second to pause it. All right, this is the 6th day. We're going to start Genesis 1:24 through 31, and then Genesis 2:1 just to finish it off, okay? All right, we're going to give this our best shot. And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals, each according to its kind." And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to, well, their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let him rule over the fish of the sea, and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created him. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth, subdue it, and gain dominion over it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, and over every living creature that moves on the ground." Then God said, "I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds of the air, and all the creatures that move on the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food." And it was so. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the 6th day. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. Something's really cool has happened in this poem. It starts off as, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." And this is just this small point of idea, the seed of a thought. And from that we moved into the days of our week, where light separated from darkness. We get to see that which is God and that which is not God. And from that space we realize that God is life. And the best life, not that all life isn't good, but the really good life can talk about living and love, right? This beautiful word that is God, love. And he needed a space for conscious life to live, and that's what the earth represents at this point. Where the sea represented the conscious, subconscious, the earth represents the consciousness of our existence. This is where we go about our day living. We can't always be birds, right? Sometimes we have to go and provide food for our families. And speaking of food, that's what he creates. He creates a whole chain of food, from lions to gazelles to puppies like Machiko. He gives us companions in our animals. But more importantly, he gives us companions in each other. In this conscious life where we can look at our terrestrial world and learn something about ourselves. As we progress in this text, as we learn about this Bible and this abstract deity named Yahweh El Shaddai Elohim, the God of our consciousness, the I Am, the Lord, your God. As we get more into this story, we just see how powerful his seat of knowledge is in our lives. We see how he opens our consciousness and he uses sacrificial systems to teach us something about ourselves. For example, there's two major types of fatted calves. Remember, God created the livestock? One is the big, bad, mean bull that doesn't let anyone else eat. I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest, I got the master's favor, I'm gonna eat. Meanwhile, the runt gets ignored, right? But Yahweh listens to the runt. And so we take that fatted calf that didn't think about the rest of the herd, and we put him on the chopping block. Because the rest need to eat, and so do we. And that reminds us not to get too high of ourselves. That we didn't get to the top of anything without people lifting us up. Without other people helping us build the bricks for the walls, for the knowledge, without someone planting the tree that we now get to delight in. I didn't plant this tree's older than me. Or that one there, right? But I'm delighting in its shade. Someone else did that. And so the other type is the fatted calf because it has our name. It has a name like Machiko. It lives in a pet, and we aren't supposed to fall in love with it like a dog, because in the end it's just a lamb, right? But it's a beloved lamb, and it's become fatted because you're taking good care of it, because in a little bit it's going to take good care of you by feeding you, by filling your survival. So God built this intricate world where we're codependent on the vegetation, where we take the breath of life out and we eat it in and we go and exist. And he gave us this world to get dominion over it, to grow beautiful gardens like we're blessed to sit in, paradises that we see around us, beautiful things of technology like the camera you're watching us on, like the YouTube channel we're on. God created conscious life, words that we could communicate to each other so that we could build really cool things together. And it started by building a really cool testimony of his people. And we're about to move into that, from that 7-day explanation of who God is to an entire lifetime. And many, many lifetimes of who God is. And that God, well, this is just your humble narrator reminding you that God who took the time to write this book, who took the time to create you, who took the time to give you pets like Machiko, he loves you just that much and more.